Hi guys, Happy New Year. Old Pa here. Uh, I come to you with a heavy heart. My buddy got bashed good the other day, Pete. I'm sure most of the community has heard by now. I was very reluctant to say anything right away. Um, I actually got the call from the forester, Terry Schaefer. I don't know, it was afternoon there, uh, on the 3rd, which happened to be my brother's birthday. I just got off the phone wishing my brother a happy birthday, and Terry called looking for Lauren's number, who was Pete's girl. And Anyway, I didn't have Lauren's number, but I had her dad's number, and I immediately called her dad, and he sadly had to relay the news that Pete had got hurt. Um, the A tree come down on him, which is surprising. I guess it's not in a way because we're all subject to such things working in the woods. But Pete's very safe. I mean, Pete is. I've had him on my jobs, working with him. You guys know that. 50 different times, and we're close. And uh, anyway, uh, apparently he had set some trees up or something, and caught one, and he wasn't under them, but apparently a vine crossed up there somewhere and pulled it over on him. And I'm not too sure of the details, so I don't want to say something that isn't right or accurate until he has a chance to tell you all. So anyway, this happened on the 3rd. I wrapped up early. I got home. They had life flighted him to a hospital in Youngstown, Ohio, St. Elizabeth. So Mammy and I, my wife and I, went out, and I got to see him. On, he was in pretty rough shape. He wasn't totally conscious. He would just open his eyes a little sliver once in a while, and it broke my heart to see my buddy that way. You know. But anyway, I was encouraged. Um, he was he was the nurse came in and did the finger response. Can you lift your left thumb? Give me a thumbs up and a right thumbs up, and a index finger, and he did that promptly. I mean, immediately. And I thought, wow, he's all upstairs anyway. Even though he's very sedated right now. And I grabbed his big old Sasquatch hand, and I was just holding his hand there, and man, he gave me a heck of a squeeze. And I don't know if he knew it was me there or not, but he knew somebody had his hand. And I broke down, man. I lost it, but whatever. Just I don't know what to say. I mean, I don't know. I did a lot of praying, put it that way. And God's good. He answers prayer, and He's doing pretty good for all He's been through. Uh, we left the hospital. I don't know, I don't know what time it was, 8:30 or something. We'd been there for an hour, 45 minutes or half an hour. I don't know. And they were only allowed a couple people in. And his mom and Lauren were there, of course, and we come in. Lauren said, "Come on," and so we got to visit with him a little bit. And uh, he did. The nurse came in and did that stuff and took the blanket off, and his big old canoe feet were sticking up there, and she grabbed them and said, "Can you push down like you're pushing on a gas pedal?" And about knocked her over, with his Sasquatch feet. But So that was encouraging because, he didn't sever or, the spinal column. So, anyway, we had known at that point that he blew a right kidney out and, abdominal bleeding and whatnot from that and broken ribs. But anyway, we didn't know. The doctor was coming in to talk about his results, from the CAT scan, and he got busted up bad. 4 broken ribs on one side, 5 broken ribs on the other, 2 lateral bones in his back, and all of his lower back got crunched up. You know, said in one, Lauren texted me and said in one shape or one form or the other, all of his lower back bones were fractured and messed up. So I did surgery on him on that the next day. I think it was Thursday. Yes, Lauren called me and she said that he came through that very good, and the doctors were encouraged that everything kind of went back together good, and it sounds like a success. So I know I've been in touch with Lauren. I've known Lauren since she was born. My buddy from Rhode Island, it's her dad. And they're great people. And anyway, he I guess they took the breathing tube out and stuff, I think yesterday morning, and he was able to talk to her, and it sounds encouraging, but we all know he's got a long road to hoe. I wish him, I pray for the fastest recovery, and the dude is superhuman as far as I'm concerned. I've worked with him, man. I know he's just one strong cat, and I'm hoping that he'll heal quickly and properly and be able to get around good. But he's going to be laid up for a long time, and I'm worried about him. They've got a GoFundMe thing going, and I've been speaking with Vern Miller of Eastern Loggers, Scared Cav. I've been updating Tater, and I would like to maybe have some of these bigger guys. I just watched Tim Cottentop. Thank you, Tim. If you see this, thank you, brother. He did a very nice video. So, I want to see, maybe the community, we can raise some money to help, because he's going to be laid up for a long time. And nobody told me this, or nobody, this isn't medical. It's just, my opinion, whatever that's worth. Being that broken up and having to go through therapy and everything, he's probably going to be 6 months before he can do anything, really physically laborious. So I'm just worried about him. Kevin and I and Vern are talking about a fundraiser where we will raffle off some donated items. We've got some pretty good stuff already. And whether or not anybody could make it, we'll do some kind of a dinner for us. This will probably be in the spring, because I've got a haul in mind here. And Vern, I think Vern lives about an hour and a half from me, and I told Vern, I said, you guys, you and Sarah can come up and stay at the house, so you don't have a motel or anything, because he, we do a dinner, he wants to come up, and he could run the raffle because he knows what he's doing. And Pete's done this for the Eastern Loggers year after year after year. He spends a lot of time giving, a lot of his free time when he's not working like a maniac. He's helping people. And I just, maybe if we get enough people notified, nobody will have to break the bank, even just a few bucks, and of course prayers and thoughts are the main thing, but dude, he just, he's gonna need some help. I want to make sure I do my part. And so anyway, I just want to talk to y'all. I should have done this days ago, but I don't know. It's a hard position because I don't want to, I don't know. I just don't want to, say something wrong or say something that's insensitive or whatever. I'm just, I've been heartbroken, man. I'm worried about him, but I think God will keep him, and he's a strong guy. I mean, so um, hopefully here, we'll hear some good news here. I mean, we're hearing some good news now already, and I'll try and keep you updated once in a while, and um, but I want to get him some help and stuff, and I'll keep you posted on that too. I'm gonna try and get a link to that GoFundMe thing on this page. Tim said we might be better off. I think he was gonna link an address or a PO box or something where you just go around them and send something so he gets full benefit, whatever. But with that's whatever. It's up to whoever. I mean, whatever. But I want to just say, I mean, as silly and as insignificant as my silly little channel is, I just, like I said before, I kind of vent on it and, whatever. It's just, it is what it is. But the camaraderie on this channel, and I don't like all the censorship crap with YouTube. I don't like all that stuff. But I'm talking about the community, the people, the loggers, the sawmillers, the, just everyday working people, no matter what you do, and they tune in and watch us guys, the gratitude, I can't believe it, and the nicest people. We've met such wonderful people. I mean, you know, me and Pete met through YouTube stuff, and we've become good friends, and I just, and Skitter Kev and Wade and, all of these guys. It's just, what a good community. I mean, really, I'm in it, and man, I'm telling you, these people are real, and I'm very thankful for that. I'm very thankful for these people in this community. I've met some very dear friends, I got calls. I was just talking to Isaac Larson from Alaska called me. How's Pete? We heard, he said everybody from Montana to California and all the way up the coast, the west coast logging. Oh, we're all praying for Pete, and we're talking about, what we can do. And I mean, it's just amazing. It's really, wow, it's a blessing. So, with that in mind, I guess I'll close on that topic. I just, I'm just truly worried about my buddy, and on one hand, I'm very grateful and thankful that he's here. And he didn't, sever his spinal column or anything. Apparently he's got all his functions, and so it's just now it's going to be a long road to hoe, a long way to mend. But so I'm working in the shop. It's snowing like cats and dogs out here today, Saturday, and I've been doing a little project that I got Kimmy fired up. I put some new batteries in it, and I kind of parked it because of that engine issue. It was misbehaving, and a buddy of mine up here, he's got the software for it. He said he'll come down and plug in. He thinks it's an injector because of the common rail. He said it can push air back up in. If the injector goes bad, it can push air into the common rail and create that surging like it's fuel filters. So hopefully, but I started it the other day and ran it around the yard a little bit and ran it in the garage here, and it ran perfect. So I don't know, but maybe after it's heated up and gets under load, it'll act up again. So I'm gonna have him look at it. So what I'm doing with it, I'll show you here. I've got it in the garage. What I'm doing, I mounted a valve up there. It's a Bravini valve, and I put the this grapple on it. So what I'm planning on doing maybe is using it around the landing, and if I can find, if finances allow, and I could find, I could even hang a bell head on it with that, or I'd like to find another Ryan's, but they're rare, and everybody's after them. So, but whatever. For now, I think I'm gonna rig up a saw on it, one way or another. But for now, I can use it around the landing. Um, use it for bunching, whatever. I just thought it would be handy to have the grapple on it, because what I'm running at 210. I sold the shovel, by the way. Thank God, thank the Lord. I sold the shovel and my 3-axle trailer, so that's going to help, pay down my situation, and it's good. Believe me. But anyway, I thought, this would work really well. I need to take my 210 out of commission for a while. I got to pull the collector out of it. The collector's leaking, and what I'm worried about is there's like 14 different seal kits for that year and model and all that, and the kid at the dealership, Hubler Brothers, I deal with on the Prentice stuff, he says, well, there should be a number on that barrel. If you can get that, I can get you the right kit. And Jesse and I looked all over, we cleaned it and everything else. I mean, I'm sure it's on there, but you can't see it while it's in the machine. So what I'm nervous about is, quite a few years ago, probably 8, 10 years ago now, I had that 310 Prentice, and I I pulled the collector out of it, thinking, oh, it won't be any problem getting these parts. And oh boy, I called Hubler Brothers, and they're like, well, it's $980, but it's 6 months lead time to get this seal kit. I said, you got to be kidding me. So now what do? I've got it apart, and it was leaking pretty bad. It's like, oh, what do I do? So luckily, there's a outfit out here in Johnstown, PA, called Allied Seal. And I went to them. They usually have everything. They didn't have it. And he said, all hope is not lost. He says, go see my buddy. And it was even closer to my house. It's only about an hour and 15 minutes from my house. And I can't remember the name of the town, but it's just above Pittsburgh, one of the suburbs. And the guy makes, he's got CNC cutting machines to do hydraulic seals and O-rings, and it's a magnificent outfit. Gem Seal is what it is. And anyway, I took those down to him out of desperation, and he said, yeah, he says, give me about 45 minutes and come back. He said, go get a coffee, come back, I'll make them right now. I said, are you serious? He said, yeah. And when I got back, I had went to the Mac machine to get him some cash, and I come back, I said, what do I owe you? He said, give me $200. And I'm like, are you serious? He said, yeah. I gave him $250. I was so grateful. But anyway, what I'm worried about with this 210 is just that. If I pull it apart, I'm going to be down for days with it. So it doesn't leak a lot. I put a bucket of oil in it every 2 or 3 days, but it's dripping. You know what I mean? So I thought if I got this thing running, I could pull that out of there and pull it apart and at least have something to work in the landing with, because I've got the motor, that John Deere motor. I'm ripping it apart. I haven't got it done yet just because I've been working all the time, and then with holidays. But so I'm going to rebuild that motor, and that goes back in my hood, and that'll help too. But I mean, just this was pretty easy to do. I had the grapple sitting there. And I thought, oh, that'll work good, And if Jay can come down and throw the, I mean, I can run it the way it was running. It's just aggravating. But if Jay can come down and throw his computer on it and see if it's a stupid injector, I think the injector's like $600. I'll get one and put it in it, But other than that, I mean, it runs good. The thing started right up. It does run good. I mean, the motor runs good. It's got good oil pressure. It's just, it was aggravating me so bad, in the woods, especially on hill work, where it would just die, But anyway, that's that's why I'm putting a grapple on it. I thought it'd be pretty handy. I've got a couple of jobs. I've got a job nearby here. It's basically a camp. It's only like 3 acres, but the guy wants to cut a bunch of big trees that are, you know, just overgrown, and they're really nice. And I thought, boy, this would be handy for doing that, because it's not worth bringing a skidder and stuff in, you know. And they're great big monstrous oaks. I thought, I'm gonna put a pusher up on the boom, you know. I'll make a video when I do it, a little tree pusher, you know. And it'd be great. You just go over there with a chainsaw on this thing, and it's only a few miles away, and you know, cut them, buck them to length by hand, and stack them where the truck can get them, and it'd probably be a lucrative little job, you know, because a tree company would charge them $1 billion. You know, I can do it cheaper and keep the logs. So, and then I got a couple of little projects like that I could do on the side, you know, and I'll make some money with it. So I thought, I'll throw a grapple on it. It'd only take a couple hours if I wanted to put the saw head back on it, and pop the pin out, hang the head back on it, and make a extension on the wires, and hydraulic lines would be the same, you know, so it wouldn't be a big deal. So anyway, just please keep Pete in mind, please, and thank you guys, and thank you for all your support, your subscriptions, and all that stuff. Thank you. Have a wonderful weekend.